Hey guys, welcome back. Now, the topics I've selected and the content within each one has been carefully selected in order for you guys to obtain a balanced understanding of Microsoft Excel. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, for example, there's no point teaching you every formula in the book if you don't know how to create a table, right? Or showing you guys how to do fancy artwork, but then not know how to print it out. And lastly, how to create huge and complex calculations if you don't even know how to save your work. Okay, so it has to be a balanced growth, a balanced learning experience. So that's what I've tried to go for. And what that's resulted in is 9 different sections. Okay, so let's start off with the first one. Now, the first one is basic controls. Now, in this section, you'll learn the different ways to open Excel, how to use menu ribbons, page scrolling, and page zooming. This is basically navigation, how to get around, getting started, and kind of what elements are actually on the screen. Okay, so you don't press the wrong button by accident. Okay, the next one is what I call a quick glimpse of the power of Excel. Now, in this section, you'll be learning how to create your very first table from start to finish. Now, the reason I've decided to do a full analysis is so that you don't have to wait till the last sections before you can start applying basic techniques to your life. So just the ability to create a table and do one basic function is enough to absolutely revolutionize your life, the way you do business, and so on. Now, this section will include everything from creating your first table to doing headings to doing fonts, formatting, basic formatting, said that one, all the way up to doing calculations and all those kinds of things. So it's a very, very powerful topic. Then later on, we start going to details of the different things, okay? So here's a few screenshots of it. We also have a quiz, as you can see. Oops, went back too far. Okay, so the next topic is the quick access toolbar. Now, this is a really, really short section, but very, very important in terms of productivity. Now, the shortcut ribbon is a great productivity tool because it allows you to store your favorite functions at the top of the screen and allows you to access them using the keyboard. So to give you an example, if you want to change a certain cell from color white to color blue, before you'd have to look for the button and you'd have to press it. With the shortcut ribbon, you can just press one button on your keyboard and then another and it's done. A fraction of the second. You don't have to be looking around for things. So really, really awesome tool. The next topic is cell and sheet control. Now, in this section, we'll be covering the different ways to control and input information. These are fundamental principles that are extremely important if you even hope to become exceptional on this program. Okay, here we'll learn about cell inputting, table navigation, copying and pasting, fonts, row and column manipulation, sheets, and finally screen tiling, which is an awesome, awesome tool. So here's a few screenshots, as you can see. So we'll be cleaning that up. Now, the next section is the if function. Okay, it's a formula, a really powerful formula. Now, in this section, I'll be introducing you guys to what's called logic functions. Now, logic functions are one of the things that make Excel so great. And it is here that your creativity and your imagination are needed the most. Now, logic functions are the Excel equivalent of you deciding what you want for dinner. You basically telling or teaching Excel how to decide on things. That's what it is. That's what if functions do. And they're very, very powerful. Okay, so we're going to be going through that step by step, very slowly. Okay, and my belief is if you can do if functions, you are no longer a beginner. You have transcended. You have upgraded. Okay, so this is a very important topic, very powerful. Okay, so here's a few screenshots, as you can see. And the next topic will be charts and graphs. So for those of you who love colorful and shiny things, this section has been designed specifically for you. Now, in this section, we'll be learning how to create charts and graphs, but more importantly, how to use them to visualize data. Anybody can create a chart, but to use it effectively to see your data, to feel your data, that's the difference. So we'll also learn cool ways to format them, to give them different styles, and to change the impact. and all those sorts of things. So very, very cool stuff. Here's another one, as you can see. Now the next one is images and shapes. Now in this section, it's not nowhere near as technical as the others, but it's so important, especially if you're not an artistic person, because what it allows you to do is basically lie to everyone and let them think that you're really, really artistic when you're not. So people like me who probably couldn't draw a smiley face to save our lives, this section is so important. Now, people respond to visual stimuli so much more to text. So if your image sucks, then your presentation sucks, okay? Very important point. If your images are beautiful and artistic and really draw the eye, people will pay attention. Okay, very, very important. So in this one, we're going to learn cool things like how to crop your image, brightness and contrast adjustments, image resizing, image rotation, and finally we'll be adding some design frames, which just gives it that awesome artistic effect. Okay, now I think we have some images, as you can see. That's the stuff we'll be working on. Now the next topic is cleaning and preparing a table for presentation. Now this section is a very powerful lesson because when you apply what you learned here to large tables, you'll be formatting and cleaning up information in seconds rather than hours, or even days in some cases. So here we'll learn how to clean it up, how to standardize your data, how to give it a really, really good consistency, because there's nothing more annoying than seeing some formatting out of place, because you know what? That draws the person's eye. They don't want to see any inconsistencies. They don't want to see mistakes. They want to see it to be perfect. Not that you're ever going to get it perfect every single time, but you have to strive for that. And there's a way to do it. It is possible. So we're going to be going for the minimalistic approach and keep it simple, keep it clean. And Excel has some great tools that will allow us to do that in a flash. Okay. So here's what we're going to be converting it to, as you can see. And that's the quiz. All right. Then the next one is what I call how to print like an artist. Now, in this section, we're going to learn how to print, but not just how to print, but how to print properly. Too many people don't know how to print. I don't know how this has happened. They're absolutely experts in Excel. They can do calculations. They can do all these fancy things, but they can't print. So what's the point? I mean, your work is fantastic, and then when you put it on paper, it looks like crap, and nobody can actually read it. So what's the point? Just don't do the work in the first place. So very important lesson. Here we'll be learning about how to do borders, how to adjust margins, how to make sure your page breaks are correct. We're going to do like headers and footers and all sorts of wonderful things. And it's going to make your documents look perfect, look amazing, okay? And that's a quiz we'll be working on. I'm a bit of a guitar fanatic, so I snuck that one in. All right, so those are all the topics we'll be covering. I hope they sound awesome to you. They were a lot of fun to make, a lot of work, but a lot of fun as well, which is what's important. All right, guys, that's it from me on this one. I'll see you guys soon.